I'm Nick Hamman from Hammy Eats, and today we're in Cape Town. It's no secret that there's a strong Portuguese community in South Africa, but fierce debates are waged over who makes the best Portuguese food. Behind me, Vasco da Gama Taverna has been doing just that since the 1970s, and we're here to find out how and why. Let's go. So what all do we have here today?
Okay, so here you got the baby kingklip. This is probably one of our signature dishes. I mean, if you like fish, it's the best fish in Cape Town, okay? Here we've got our traditional peri-peri chicken with our famous homemade peri-peri sauce. Here we have the espetada with the garlic butter coming down into the chips, which is wonderful. It's what we have to have, and that's the spinach and the pumpkin. My most favorite dish here is obviously the peri-peri chicken. And as I said, if you like fish, our baby kingklip is really, really, really good.
So this place has been here for 50 plus years. I've always known about it throughout my life, but I don't actually know how it came to be here. Do you know what's the stories of Vasco's?
Well, it was here in the days where the water used to come up to the front door from the docks, so this building, okay? And as you said, it was started 50 years ago by the Camillos, a Portuguese family. They started this place, and in those days it was notoriously known as being a men's only pub. Fortunately, that's changed. This is very much an open bar, very much a family bar. You see that in the sporting events. We've got a lot of the younger generation coming through and appreciate what us oldies have had for years and years. We've deliberately kept the Vasco the way it was. That's why you'll see these old yellow Formica tabletops. It's the old traditional way it was.
So how did you end up here?
Our offices were down the road in a place called Mobile, and we used to come and drink here and watch rugby here because this was one of the few places where you didn't have to book to come and watch rugby. We could just come and watch it here. And then my late father and my very, very best friend at the time, we used to frequent this place, and they both passed on. And it was my promise to them that we'd keep an institution like this running. And when you know of all the characters that had been through this place, it's my wish for my sons to carry on and for my family to still enjoy a wonderful place like the Vasco.
I totally get that. I mean, the idea that it's important to have things that stay the way that they are, and I think a lot of that's to do with the fact that they can carry stories with them, and stories give people memory and they give people a sense of place in the world. What is it for you personally? I mean, some people in this world wouldn't understand that idea. They would say, change the tables, man, get with the times. What is it for you that appeals to you about the magic that gets created when something stays the way it's always been?
I think it's that saying that says old friends are gold, and I think the thing is that the tradition and the culture, the family environment that you find here at Vasco, and that it's genuine. You're not judged on whether you're a lawyer or whether you're working in the docks. Everyone's the same and everyone's welcome. But what I love about Vasco is there's a program in America called Chairs, where everyone knows your name. And I think if I could ever explain or compare Vasco to anything, it would be to Chairs, because whenever you come in, you feel at home. We've got guys, we've got regulars that you can tell by the clock when it's 4 o'clock, because Herman will walk in and God forbid there's someone sitting at his seat, because that's Herman's seat, doesn't matter what, and he comes in like clockwork. And you've got the regulars that will come in every Friday, have their lunch, and we've got the families that come here. So yeah, I mean, once it's in your blood, it's in your blood.
So people know that the restaurant industry is incredibly difficult and it takes a lot to be successful. Why do you think Vasco's has lasted and been successful as a business?
When you come to the Vasco, one, you get good value for money. I think, as I'll say it again, I think our baby kingklip can compare with any kingklip anywhere in Cape Town, and our prices are really, really competitive. And I think going together with a great quality of food. Tony is an incredible chef. He's got a hell of a team, and I think together with that and the enjoyment, I think that's what we've succeeded.
A lot of South African Portuguese people, that's where you're from, right?
Yes.
So how did you become a chef? What's your journey with cooking?
Oh, okay. I'm coming from outside of Lisbon. You call it Almada.
Yes.
I was in the Navy, right? And then I end up sailing. I become a chef in the Navy, and then I end up in South Africa for the first time in 1979. And then I went to Portugal again. They used to come here and they told us, and I decided to stay here in late 80s.
For somebody who doesn't understand Portuguese cooking, for you as a chef, what do you think are some of the most important components of it?
Well, Portuguese food is simple. Basics is the spice, the wine, the garlic, all the spices. That's the most important thing.
So tell me, what are we making here today?
We need the Portuguese espetada, is a traditional dish in Portugal, originally from Madeira. In Madeira, we don't do it with skewers like that. We do it with bay leaves tree. Instead of having a stainless steel skewer, okay? So I give the taste can go into the meat. But because you don't have that tree here, we use the bay leaves pieces, as you can see.
So, but how do you say it? Not Madeira.
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 Okay, I was always saying it wrong this entire time.
That's the way they say in South Africa, is Madeira.
Okay.
Madeira.
Some people make the claim that Vasco is the best Portuguese food in South Africa. Do you think that there's some truth to that claim?
I think we're almost there. Yeah. I don't want to say 100%, but we're almost there.
We're almost there.
Yeah, consider that we're a tavern, we're not a restaurant, but we're up there with
amazing. In front of me here, I've got a Portuguese feast done well at Vasco's. I already know the food here is fantastic because I've eaten it many, many times, sober and late into the night. So what I'm going to do is start with one of my favorites. I think that any Portuguese restaurant worth its salt has to be able to do good chicken, and here they know exactly what they're doing. Tony does this straight onto open flames. The sauce is incredible. Chicken is fresh, tender. There's a bit of heat, but it's not overwhelming. Trust me. Oh. It's layered, it's textured, it's flavorful, delicious. If you've never had this before, you need to come to Vasco's and try this out for yourself. And then, the spectacle over here, chinchana. One of my favorite things about this culinary masterpiece is how you light the butter and foil on the outside and then drips all over the meat and then onto the chips themselves. So this flavor, you get on here, butter, meat, fat, delicious. And then, as you enjoy it, you pull off these wonderfully tender little chunks of meat. It's honestly a symphony of flavor, the likes of which that if you haven't experienced, you're not living life properly. It's salty, meaty, medium rare, beautiful. So I've been told that one of the best kept secrets at Vasco's is to go and order the fish, which, to be honest with you, I've never had before. It's come on a beautiful plate, nice fresh salad, onions, tomatoes, olives, lettuce. But apparently, this is actually one of the tastier things on the menu. I'm gonna give it a go for the first time. Nice piece of battered deep fried fish. Be mindful of the bones. Bit of tartar sauce. Oh yeah. I wouldn't have expected that to be as good as it is. Add that to your meal. Come to Vasco's, try this out for yourself. They of course have, like any Portuguese restaurant worth its salt, proper peri-piri sauce. They've got dusted Portuguese rolls, some veggies so that you know your cardiologist is happy. Plenty of spinach, cream and butternut, everything you could possibly want. This is good food done the right way. That's it for another episode of Hammy Eats. It's clear that when you come to a place like Vasco's, you realize that it's not just about food, it's about community and culture, but it does have to taste good too. And the best Portuguese food in South Africa just might be here at Vasco's Tavern. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.